Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be a summary of 1 Samuel 30, verses 1 through 31. David and his men, when they came back home, saw that the city was on fire. The women and the children had been taken. There was not one, great or small, that had been slain. David and his men cried in great sorrow, and they were greatly upset. The men talked about stoning David because of their grief. And David called the priest and said, "Ask of the Lord if we should go after the Ammonites, and will we overtake them?" And God said, "Go, you will overtake them, and you will recover all that you have lost." So David and 600 men went after the Ammonites. They came to a brook, and 200 men were very weak and tired and faint. So they stayed back with the belongings. So David and 400 men continued to go after the Ammonites. And they found an Egyptian man in the field, and they brought him to David. And David did give him food and water to drink, for he had been without food and water for 3 days. And David asked, "What is your name, and who do you belong to?" And the young man said, "I am from Egypt, and I am the servant of the Ammonites. I was sick, and my master left me here. We had just got done with an invasion on the south of Judah, and we had burned the city of Zebulun with fire." And David asked, "Can you show us where the men are camped at?" And he said, "I can, as long as you do not kill me and you do not return me back to my master." So he showed David and his men where the Ammonites were camped out. And they were eating and drinking and dancing, for they had recovered a great spoil. So David and his men went down after them, and there was not one man from the Ammonites that had escaped. And David recovered all that was taken, and he also got the spoils of their flock and of their cattle. And when they reached back where the 200 men were at with their belongings, the men with David said, "You can have your women and your children and what belonged to you, but you can have nothing more of the other spoils that we have received." And David said, "No, the Lord has delivered our enemies into our hands. It is the Lord that has preserved all that was taken from us and allowed us to recover it back." So the men that did go to fight in battle and the men that stayed with the stuff will share in the spoil. They also gave some of the spoils to the elders of Judah, and they also spread the spoils among the land of Israel. May God be with you in everything and in every way.